Oh my goodness. And there it is. Wow, get the pin to go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bold TV for the 2021 U.S. Women's Open. It is time. The $100,000 top prize event here, second major of the PWBA Tour season, is going to kick off its journey here on BoldTV.com. A Squad is getting ready to hit the lanes at Double Decker Lanes for its first qualifying block. 8 games today on our 36-foot condition. The first of 4 patterns that will be seen throughout the course of competition this week. And we're ready. We're excited. And we're just moments away from getting A Squad on the lanes, bowling for score. They're going to have their quick warm-up to wrap things up, and then time for this 8-game block. As they finish that up, let's bring in the Bold TV team on site at Double Decker Lanes. First and foremost, Emil Williams Jr. EWJ, how's it going?
I'm well. Aaron Smith, how are you this morning or afternoon?
It is afternoon where I'm at. I'm ready. I'm excited. It's the U.S. Women's Open, the first 6-figure payday in professional women's bowling history coming up here. So a lot to be excited about, a lot to be jacked up about. So let's get it. Let's go.
Let's do it, man. Your energy is exactly where we need to be right now because there's $100,000 on the line. I feel like Pat Sajak is somebody when I should say that out loud. So, let's get it in.
All right, one additional player we're going to bring into the mix who's probably going to have more energy than me. Also on site at Double Decker Lanes, Curtis Von Kruger. Curtis, hello.
Oh, fellas, fellas. I know the 100,000 is nice, and yes, that's going to be a great payday.
Fans, that flash photography and the signing of autographs is strictly prohibited during competition. In addition, we kindly ask that you silence your cell phones, prevent any distractions to the athletes.
That's right. Silence your cell
This
phones,
week,
folks.
the field of play is in front of the ropes area.
No distractions.
And that belongs to the athletes and authorized
people to watch on Bold TV.
Only.
Yes, absolutely.
Please do not enter the field of play for any reason. As a reminder, Bold TV is the exclusive live stream home of the PWBA Tour. And we ask that you do not live stream or FaceTime from your personal devices.
Place to watch all the qualifying and match play, BoldTV.com.
Absolutely.
All right, bowling fans, pick out your favorite athlete this morning and cheer her on. Athletes, your arrows are up. You have a full set of pins. How about a great send-off for round 1 of the U.S. Women's Open?
Yeah.
Good luck, ladies.
Chat, pick your favorite bowler. Tell us who you're rooting for. Tell us who you want to make the we just got a Bold TV shirt flashing over here too. Good stuff. Fellas, I know the $100,000 is great, right? And everybody's excited about that. But you know what I'm excited about? The jacket. Who is going to be able to put on that elusive jacket? Because you're on a short list of individuals, and they have the signage out here that has the list of all the past winners, and you just read that list, and to be included on that list with your Patty Costellos, your Liz Johnsons, it's absolutely what these players are after. The 100,000 is not going to hurt, but they're after the recognition of forever being known as U.S. Open champion.
I don't think we could have said that better. There is a certain level of prestige, obviously, with this event. And when you win this, you know that you have climbed arguably bowling's biggest mountain. This is the Mount Everest, if you will, of any of our events in this sport. And so you are definitely correct. I'm going to take that bonus cash, though. I'm that right into my pocket, baby. Don't get it twisted.
It's not going to hurt your bank account whatsoever. There's no Sherpa when we're climbing this mountain either. You are absolutely doing this, and the fatigue and exhaustion. Remember, folks, we are bowling a long format. That means we go 8, 8, and 8, and then we make a cut, and then we bowl 8 more, then we make a cut, and then we bowl 24 games of match play, and then you could potentially bowl several more games on television. So if you get through all of that and you are crowned the U.S. Open champion, you know that it wasn't luck. It wasn't you matching up. They're bowling on 4 different patterns. It wasn't all of these other things that helped you get there. It was your bowling and your ability to overcome adversity that got you to the top of the mountain. And one bowler is going to be going home, a new bowler, if you will, and U.S. Open champion.
And the bowler who captured that title in 2019, the last time we held the USWO, Danielle McCune, kicks off her title defense with a strike over here to our left on lanes 21 and 22. She's joined by Jada Horn and Haley Richard. And then another player pretty familiar with this whole U.S. Women's Open thing, Kelly Kulik, also kicking things off here on game number 1, a 3-time USWO champion. She's joined as well by Fania Kobo. Is that Taylor Boltice as well on that pair?
That is correct.
Yeah, it's either Taylor Bailey or Boltice.
Taylor Bailey. Okay.
It is Taylor Bailey.
I'm looking at 27 and 28.
We got both TVs on the same squad. So
yeah, and they're bowling in close proximity to each other too. You can catch Taylor. You can catch Boltice. She's going to be on 27 and 28. So yeah, if you want to see that other TV, she's on that pair.
And we do have every pair available to watch here on bowltv.com. As we go full screen here to kick things off. So you can follow your favorite athletes as they compete across the entire center here at double-decker lanes. 24 competition lanes in play throughout the course of the week. There's a practice range where they get to essentially warm up prior to the start of the squad, but just one shot each, or one shot on each lane once it's time to get underway. So the pattern is about as fresh can get, 36 feet the length, as we mentioned a little bit earlier. So this is the short pattern of the week. So the 4th and final pattern was revealed a little bit later in the evening yesterday. We didn't have that featured here on bowltv.com, but 42 feet the length for that. So we're starting off with 36 for round number 1, and 40-foot flat condition in round number 2. Pattern 3 is going to be the 46-foot condition, and then pattern 4, which is going to be qualifying round 4, all a match play, as well as the step ladder finals, are 42-foot conditions. So definitely some variety needed to master across the course of this 56 games in order to find yourself on CBS Sports Network in the finals. The top 5 going to air 7 p.m. Eastern live on TV, CBS Sports Network. Hopes of taking home the title, that coveted green jacket, that gorgeous trophy, and $100,000 top prize.
Yeah, if you want to see a picture of that trophy, I think we have one of those on social media right now, on the Insta.
We have it at a few different places. You can check out both the USBC and PWBA social media channels. Both stories have a photo of the trophy as well. So, yeah, take a look. It's under high security right now, it looks like, with the
red velvet rope.
Red velvet rope and everything. So that's what we like to see.
You're gonna have to earn that to get past that rope. You got to get VIP status. Hey, wait a minute. We have a Shannon Sellens in the audience, in the chat. Isn't Shannon Sellens bowling this squad? She is.
Multitasking.
Yeah, that's impressive. She doesn't miss Bowl TV even when she's bowling.
All right, folks. As we settle into game number 1 here, once again, a total of 7 channels available on bowltv.com to flip through and find your favorite athletes competing here at the U.S. Women's Open, along with this main commentary channel. We're also up and live right now for game number 1 on Facebook and YouTube. So a big hello to everybody who's joining us, both on bowltv.com and on social media, YouTube, all the good places. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, this is going to be our friendly note to let you know we're just going to be here live for game number 1. to head over to bowltv.com to pick up a subscription to watch wire-to-wire coverage of qualifying and match play here at the U.S. Women's Open. Once again, every pair that has competition on it, we are streaming live right now. So you can follow your favorite players here on A Squad or B Squad as they make their way through this, hopefully 56 games and onto the TV show. So a few different price points you can come in at to subscribe. Of course, you can buy an event ticket, watch all the live action, $8.95 for that. You can pick up a monthly recurring subscription, $9.95, which gives you access not only to the live coverage, but archived events and on-demand content available on bowltv.com. And then finally, an annual recurring subscription, $79.95, the best way to support the PWBA Tour, as a majority of the season is captured on bowltv.com. $79.95 for that. Transaction fees do apply for all three, but we certainly hope to see you in there in the chat. Great Bowl TV community in the chat each and every event out here. So as I like to say, it's pretty much like Cheers. Everybody knows your name. It's a great community, talking about bowling, talking about other things, talking about life, whatever it may be. The Bowl TV community has it all in the chat room, and giveaways as well. So Bowl TV exclusive giveaways each and every round leading up to the televised final this week. So the only way you can win is by checking it out on bowltv.com. Set up your subscription today, good folks.
Well said, Aaron. Nice rundown as always. I love
that before.
Yeah, I love the Cheers reference. It is very much they let sit up, get your favorite seat, right? The tender already knows your choice, what your fave is, and they just slap it down right on the table for you. In this case, you get 8 games of your favorite bowlers each and every day.
Now, C. Nelson asks, hey, after they cut to the top 24, are they bowling additional 8 games and then 24 games? And the answer is yes. And the reason why that is they cut 1 and 3, right? That is the cut, and it happened to work out that the number of entrants still puts it at 24 people. So everybody's like, well, why don't they just cut to the top 24 and bowl match play? Well, it's about pin accumulation, right? You want an opportunity, if you're in that 24th spot or lower, to build, maybe get closer to the top 5. And if you're in that top 5 or anywhere in between, it's another opportunity to get pins. So that extra 8 games is a big deal, and it's just part of the major format. This is my favorite format, Neil. This is my favorite format because after it's all said and done, there is no doubt who was the best bowler. You've got enough sample size of games. Other events, you get lucky with some matches. You hit the right people at the right time. It can create some controversy as to who had an easier road. Everybody has the same road. Everybody's bowling everybody, and it's you in the lanes, and that's what I love.
Yeah, you're right. No, there's no bonus to include in that situation, and so it is like the majority of the season. Honestly, it's about bowling just complete and total pin accumulation. I will say, from a bonus perspective, yes, when we get to match play, that it certainly is involved. But in the overall grand scheme, with the amount of games that are in play, and obviously we've seen some really cool match play records. We've seen some people go from 24th to 1st. I'll never forget that ever in my career watching Tanner Kulhowski do that as an example. But at the end of the day, at the end of the week, whoever wins this thing, and we're not even talking about what happens on the TV show, because that's completely different. Yeah. It really is remarkable.
And match play brings one thing for me, Emil Williams Jr.
What is that?
It brings my favorite game. My favorite game in all of bowling. Your last opportunity to make up shots. And I love it. I love it because it reminds me of my childhood. Saturday nights, waiting for that position round. And I have extolled my love and virtues of the position round because it's so exciting. It gives you that opportunity. Everybody's crunching numbers. Everybody's doing the math, who can get in, who's out, and it changes frame by frame almost. And so I'm excited about a position round because that is the peak of pressure situation there as well. It's your last chance. And then we cut to the top 5 for a CBS Sports Network television final. Doesn't get any better than that. We're back on television, Emil.
Yeah, I've learned to pace it, and to be honest, I've learned to find something to enjoy in each and every round until we get to that point, and just literally how as if we were bowling, right? We focus in on each and every shot, and I try to focus in on each and every round because I don't want to look too far ahead. I know position round's coming. I know what that brings and presents. And so I'm like, okay, how can I not get my mind to stray too far ahead till we get to that point? And you say, all right, well, let's find something in each round that either was unusual or was exceptional in some capacity. And what bowler may have done X, Y, Z to maybe even get themselves into a position round. It's one of those things you can't lose or you can't win the tournament in round 1, but you certainly could lose it.
You can lose it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a cart before the horse kind of guy at times because I have ADD, and so I can't help but peek ahead and look ahead as to hey, what's coming up, and all it boils down to is this, Emil and Aaron. There's a ton of exciting bowling in store for us over the next few days. Jam-packed. You've got so many games for so many exciting things. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Over or under on 300 games? Let's set it at 3.5. 3.5 is the number. Over or under? You taking the over or under there, Emil?
I'm going over.
Going over? All right. I like it.
But I'm going over.
Bowl TV chat, tell us 3.5 is the number. 3.5 is the number. What are you taking? Over or under on that for 300 games? Aaron Smith, going to put you on the spot.
I kind of like the over as well. I feel there's an opportunity to get some score here on pattern 1 and pattern 3. We didn't get the chance to see pattern number 4, but they're going to get enough games on it to probably get pretty comfortable on it. So I don't expect any of them coming out of round number 2. If that happens, we should potentially give them 600 pins for that game. But right now, I can tell you that this first game, we're not going to have a 300 because I'm watching live scoring as well. So on top of having every lane available, we also have live scoring at your fingertips to follow along throughout the course of competition. And I can tell you over on 33 and 34 that Sidney Brummett, after a spare in the first, has rattled off 6 consecutive strikes. So off to a nice start for Sid the Kid.
That ain't bad.
Not bad at all, but I'm going to take the over there.
You guys break my heart. I am going to take the under here. Team under. I think this is a hard shot. I think this is a hard tournament. Carrie's going to be interesting. I think, it's a tall order. It's a big ask. The only reason I'm hesitant is because there are so many games, right? You got more shots on target. Obviously, you're going to land more. That's why 3.5 just seemed about right. Any tournament we're getting maybe 1 or 2. Some tournaments, they're a little higher scoring, obviously, but I'm taking the under here. It's gonna be a slugfest, man. You're gonna have to take some body shots here, and bob and weave, and it's the open. It's the open.
There is a level of defense that you have to play.
Absolutely, 100%.
In this event, to that analogy, I like it very much. You cannot be on the offense at the U.S. Women's Open all the time.
Absolutely. No, you gotta be patient. You gotta wait for your shot, and then you're hoping you land a nice combo. But if you get in there and you try to be too aggressive, you're gonna get put on the mat, and it's gonna be real hard to get back up. Larry, I have no doubt that you have a sixth sense about that. And guys, as you might know, I have control, utter and complete control over who shoots 300 games.
This is your superpower?
This is my superpower. They don't call me the Black Cloud for nothing. So you know what? I'm gonna. The fix is in. I'm gonna fix my own number here. Be like the Chicago White Sox.
Whoa!
Wow.
Hey now.
That's fired.
Hey now. Hey.
Oh.
Let's leave 1919 in the past.
Well, it was only 102 years ago.
We've gotten over that. Let's not pour that bad juju on the 2021 team. We need this in our White Sox fans' lives here.
Well, yeah, let's, it's funny. At least you guys aren't, there's not a fire sale over there at the White Sox house.
That is correct. That's funny.
But yeah, no, hopefully the crowd won't turn on me this week, Emil, because a couple of weeks they have.
Well, it's all, you've done so much bad stuff that you've even named the computer here that we see you on. The Latin translation of blackball. It's actually now a part of you officially.
It is.
I love it. Just legally change your name.
I mean, some people run away from it, and I have now fully embraced it. I have fully embraced it. I'm ready to go. Although I don't think that. So my generosity says I'll let them get 9. I'm letting them get 9 now. So they can go into the 10th, and I try to be sneaky. I don't want them to see me coming, because in my mind, you see that camera coming. Does it affect how you throw the ball? I don't know. It did not affect how Nu Hui Fin threw the ball that last game in the round of 12 last week, Aaron, as she just absolutely buried those shots for her three. The only 300 of them.
Made a big jump to 5th place with that performance, and even along the way, she had a reset in that 10th frame. Had one where she got a couple steps in, said something didn't feel right, reset, and proceeded to take care of the next 2 shots. Available on the PWBA social media channels to check out as well in case you missed it live on BowlTV.com.
Talking about Sid the Kid, and obviously rightfully so. The definition essentially of a U.S. Women's Open type game is essentially being bowled on 19 and 20 by Julia Bond.
Oh my goodness, yes, sir.
If for the viewers, if you're watching or not watching that pair, just give it a quick click over and look at Julia Bond's scorecard at this point.
You want to talk about defense?
And that's, right now, the U.S. Women's Open has come out firing at Julia Bond. And right now, all she can do is counter and play defense. And in this situation, that's your spare shooting, which is obviously key in this event, as well as, bowling in general, but certainly over the course of a long format such as this.
It is your first line of defense. There's going to be times where you do not strike a lot. And but you don't, as you said, when you get aggressive and you try to change that line to the pocket, there's a lot at risk there. There's a lot at stake, because all of a sudden you're 2-8-10ing or you're washing out. And instead of, only giving away maybe 10 or 15 sticks in a game, all of a sudden you're giving away 30 or 40 sticks in a game. So you can't let yourself get ahead and try to get too aggressive, and just realize that, hey, I'll bowl my 190 here. I'll bowl my 2-0 if I can get a double somewhere, and just take it and move on and be happy. And we got Sydney Brummett. Sid the Kid. One of those players that you just expect to break out at any moment, Emil. Starting off with a 9 spare and then has rattled off the next 8 in a row. Can't argue that she is not having the quintessential U.S. Open game.
It's literally in game 1 we get both sides of potential coin, right?
Absolutely.
Sid who has found something, and by the way, I did see a lot of players actually experimenting some urethane during the practice range session.
Yeah.
Earlier this morning, and seeing the top of the coin to the flip side of the coin as well. Speaking of Julia Bond's score as an example, and there is it there.
Yeah. Sydney throws the next one in the 10th there. She seems like she is absolutely dialed in clearly. That is my John Madden statement of the day. Hey guys, she's dialed in because she has a 9 back.
Made the switch here to lanes 33 through 36. Also have Liz Culkin, the 2018 champion, Ashton Woods, Tanya Ramanpour, the runner-up in 2019. She's going to get one more. Oh, get out of there, 9-10.
Look at that angle she's playing. And did that look like urethane to you, Emil?
No, but you can tell obviously is from the angle she's playing, but even when it goes through the pins, the only thing I think that lets you know it's urethane is just the motion, the way it's traveling down the lane. I think Sid has really become exceptional with urethane. She's become a player who is not afraid to pull urethane out at this point.
We saw it last week. She pulled out urethane and switched to it when literally no other bowler was throwing it. So she is definitely not a person that shies away from the opportunity. She says that she just can see the shape, and she just can see everything kind of shape out with urethane. Great finish there. 289. What a way to start your U.S. Open.
.204 for Liz Culkin. Ashton Woods can get to 201. She's already got one strike in the 10th. 194 for Tanya Ramanpour. Courtney Ermish, 148. Liz Johnson, the 6-time champion, can get to 196.
Liz is going to gut out a double here for that 190. That's what Liz Johnson does. I think she has some experience about how to play this tournament, what your strategy should be. Oh no.
I like what Kimberly was mentioning in the chat. For those who haven't seen Ashton, and every year we come to this event, Ashton is either here, Curtis Woods' daughter. Curtis is a what I would call certainly a local pro. Used to be heavily involved with the center here. And just watching her growth, we were talking about some other players in the other youth players yesterday in the practice session. And Ashton has really continued to work on her game as well. And so you get to see that flourish right here in game number 1.
Nice finish there for Woods, 201. Liz's fill ball is going to get her to 183. But the big story here in the early going, Sydney Brummett, 289, delivering the big numbers out of the gates here. A squad run number 1 at the U.S. Women's Open. And taking a look at live scoring, nothing else coming close to approaching that type of score in game number 1. So Sydney's going to be the early leader here. The way too early leaderboard here at the USWO. But folks, this is the end of game 1, so we're going to make our way into game 2 momentarily here, which means if you're watching on boldtv.com, we're going to take a quick reset to get ready for the rest of the block, so you're all set to go. However, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, we're going to be shutting the stream off, going to those particular platforms. So boldtv.com, the only place you can watch games 2 through 8 to finish up A Squad here. So we hope you head on over, say hello in the chat. And of course, watch the greatest bowlers in the world here compete on the challenging conditions at the U.S. Women's Open. Pick up your subscription today. But for right now, we're going to take a quick break as we get ready for game number 2, A Squad, qualifying round number 1 at the 2021 U.S. Women's Open. We'll be right back here exclusively on boldtv.com.